Hi, this is Miss Andrea. I work for the Children's Museum of Houston Science Workshop Program, and I'm bringing you a project today courtesy of the Harris County Department of Education, Case for Kids, City Connections Grant, which is funded by the City of Houston. And the project I'm bringing you is a second project for gift ideas for Mother's Day. So remember in my last video, if you saw my last video, I talked about if you didn't have a mom, which is okay, and it happens to a lot of people, then you still probably want to gift somebody, whoever's taking care of you, your dad or your grandma or your aunt, whoever is your mom right now, you want to give them a gift. So the last thing I showed was very frilly and very girly, and a dad probably wouldn't like that. So I made something that could be for mom or dad or grandpa or whoever. This is, since a lot of people, it seemed, liked my Easter basket water jug project, I thought, could I do something with a water jug for Mother's Day? And I was really long and hard, and it was really difficult, and I played around with lots of different things, but I ended up liking this. I kind of like it for series, and it's all wiggly and stuff. It's cute. And then you could really dress it up by putting a ribbon on it. If you put a little ribbon on the trim, you can change the color of the ribbon. If you have blue ribbon, put blue ribbon for your dad. Or like I took a piece of, I went and saw a magazine, had a blue sky, and then I took strips of that blue sky, and then you can put that around it. So there's all kinds of stuff you can do. Or you can leave it like this. I think it's cool too. So what I did was, I think one reason people liked the Easter basket was because I was able to say, oh, you see this line, and you can use this line to make that. And it kind of made it easier because some people have problems drawing. In fact, a lot of people have problems drawing. So drawing is just like basketball. You have to practice. The more you do it, the better you get at it. But if you're not there yet, I got you covered. I got you covered. I'm going to show you some little tricks to follow some of the lines that are on here. And when I was getting this bottle ready this morning, I figured something out. I'm going to share with you a little tip. When I was taking the label off, I would use a dryer sheet that's been through the dryer already, and I would scrub it, and I would get it off that way. But this morning I got smart, and I used the blow dryer, and I heated it up. And then, it just peeled off. There is nothing sticky there at all. So you can use a blow dryer, apply a little bit of heat, and maybe you don't have a blow dryer. I haven't tried it, but you could try hot water, and maybe the hot water will loosen up that glue a little bit, and you can try to make it easier to come off. So that was my tip for the day. Now for this, like I said, I was trying to do something different. So I started in the front where this circle is. You can kind of see where these circles, where the water jug is. And I used those circles to kind of inform my big hearts. And then I was making something in the back. I was playing around. Here's something that was from part of that. I like this because it looked kind of like a lily, like a Keller lily. And I didn't like it, so I cut it off, and I ended up with the tray. But I like the tray, so I hope that you'll like the tray. How do I make it easy for you? I think that what I will do is show you kind of how I did these first two ones. These are from the circles that are in the front. You find the circle, what you do is you kind of see the little curve. You can go up, leave a good space for what is, that's kind of off a little bit. But leave a good space for it being able to hold on. And then take your marker and go along that edge right there. Go along your edge, and come into the middle. And then do the same thing to this side. Find that edge, go all the way to that edge, and come here. So some people have a hard time doing a heart. So I try to find a way that would be easier for somebody to be able to do a heart. It's not a bad heart. You might be able to make a better one. Mine came out okay. But it gives you a starting point. So you do the same thing to the other side. Try to find the middle. Go down to this little part right here. And then you're going to take your marker and you're going to try to hit that edge and go along that edge for a little bit and then come to the middle. Same thing here. Try to go, hit that edge and come in. The other thing you can do is make a stencil and a piece of paper and then trace it. So I didn't have one here in the middle because I had used this for something else, like I had a flower or something, and I had already cut it off. But I think you have this really nice line here in the middle that you can also use. And I would say make a little heart. Come halfway to the line. And the same thing here. Go to that curve and come halfway to the little line. And then you also want to have a little part that's holding it in. So now you have 3 of your hearts. Then the way I did these back ones, you can come back here and you see there's like a little ridge there. That'll also help you. There's a little line that goes across. So start right there in the middle. Give it a nice curve, and then come down. So now you have your 3rd heart. You can make that as big as you'd like. And then I'm going to freehand these, but you can also make a stencil for it. So I'm just going to kind of freehand a couple of other hearts. Okay, so sorry, I have puppies. Okay. And there we go. Okay, now I'm going to cut along this line right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my box cutter and I'm going to make a little slit somewhere that I don't have a heart. We can actually put a heart there too if you'd like it. I think let's do little hearts there. But the thing about putting more hearts is that's more cutting. So I'm not going to put more hearts. But you can put more hearts. I think it would look cuter with little hearts all the way around, especially if they're different sizes. Okay, I'll make a little heart. Let's not be lazy. So same thing, use that line to give you a good point where you can come to a midway point. Okay. There's another one here. There's a nice line. The lines really help you because they tell you where's the middle. Where is the middle of that heart? So I don't have to figure out, you know. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to cut a slit. I'm going to use my scissors. Please have an adult use the box cutter for you. Don't use the box cutter yourself, especially if you're little. And then you're going to use your scissors and you're going to cut all the way around. Try to cut the black line out. So you're going to cut inside of the black line. And then cut here. So you're going to cut here, here, here. And I'm not going to have you wait while I do that because it's going to take a long time. So I'm going to come back to you in a few minutes after I cut this. Okay, I'm back. I finished cutting this, and for those of you that haven't seen the Easter basket video, you can go back and look at how I cut it before. I just didn't want you to spend all your time sitting there watching me cut all this. It was really worth it to do the extra little hearts. It was extra cutting, but I ended up really liking it. I kind of like this for the same reason I like the Easter basket one. It's I like the way it vibrates. It's kind of silly. And so I went through, and what I did was I cut the top part over the hearts to make it easier. And then you can kind of see from my pattern that I just kind of cut the heart and went at the bottom and cut the heart, and that's the way I was able to do it. Now normally I would go back and clean up all these little black areas, see here? But I'm not really going to bother too much with that because I am putting paper on it. You can put the tissue paper or paper from magazines or whatever paper you have, or paint or markers. Permanent markers would work on this. And so you have whatever you have available at your house, that's what you want to use. So what I did was, I'll show you a little example of, well, I guess this is really my example. I took my tissue paper, and like I said before, if you have sandpaper, sand it down a little bit because it'll help it to not just peel off. Put your glue, put your tissue paper. If you want, wait for it to dry. I didn't try to cut a heart, it's too hard. So what I did was I took my tissue paper and I put glue all over it, and then I put my tissue paper on it, and then I pressed down and make sure it was on there real good. And then I left it. And I let it dry, and then I came back and cut it with scissors. And then after that was dry, I went to the other side and did the same thing to the other side so that you have coverage all the way around. And you can do that for each one of them. I did all the outsides first. I let them dry, cut just enough to put on there, and then I came back and did the other side. Now once you're finished with that, put another layer of glue on just to kind of seal it so that you could end up with something like that. So like I said, this is a nice tray, not just for Mother's Day, but if your mother is actually your dad or your grandma, this will work for that too. So it's cute, it's cheap, it's easy to do. I hope you have fun doing it. I will be working on the next video and sending it out, and I'm trying to put as many out as I can so that you have lots of choices, but a lot of it depends on how much time that it takes to do it, and if I'm able to get it out during the week, and on the great production people at the museum that work hard to make sure that the videos usable and do whatever magic they do to it and to get it out. So project 2 of a series of projects for Mother's Day. I hope you have a good day.